Use headphones for best experience.
Welcome back to ComixFM. Today, we dive into the brutal and blood-soaked tale of Batman, Spawn, War Devil, a gritty DC and Image Comics crossover penned by the legends Doug Moench, Chuck Dixon, and Alan Grant, with stunning art by Klaus Janson. This isn't just a rematch. It's a brand new clash on an alternate Earth where Gotham's Dark Knight and Hell's Spawn collide for the first time. Dark rituals, ancient evil, and a city drenched in chaos. This is where war is waged not just on the streets, but for the very soul of Gotham. Prepare for carnage. This war has just begun. Chapter 1. A Past, written in blood. In 1587, Virginia Dare became the first British child born in America, on Roanoke Island, marking the settlement's 100th soul and sealing its fate. After her birth, the ship that brought the settlers returned to England, leaving them behind. When it returned in 1590, the colony was mysteriously deserted, with Croatoan carved high on a tree. Unnoticed by many, a sinister pentagram was carved out of the surrounding jungle, hinting at a darker secret. Chapter 2. A Present Battling Darkness. 70 years had passed. Bruce Wayne, disguised as Matches Malone, met a contact for information about Virgil Dare. After paying him, he learned Dare was staying above the immigration office at Fort O'Neill. Changing into Batman, Bruce suspected a terrorism plot involving explosives and real estate once owned by Wayne Enterprises. Meanwhile, Spawn wandered New York's grim alleys, haunted by his existence and longing for his true face. His memories of Al Simmons resurfaced, recalling a contract to kill Simon Vesper, but nothing beyond that. He decided Gotham held the answers he needed. Meanwhile, Batman followed the lead, spotting Dare's car and tracing it to Gotham Tower, a posthumously completed project by Simon Vesper. Spawn, watching the news, remembered Vesper and felt compelled to uncover the truth. Inside the tower, Dare spoke with his men about gathering explosives. Batman recalled his encounter with Vesper 6 years ago, witnessing his head blown off by an unknown assassin whom he couldn't catch. Confronting Dare, Batman fought his henchmen and demanded answers. Dare claimed to work for Vesper, insisting Vesper was still alive, though Batman believed him dead. Forced to leave on charges of trespassing, Batman vowed to uncover the truth. Spawn arrived in Gotham, sensing its evil aura. Right then, at Potter's Field, Simon Vesper emerged from an unmarked grave, his body regenerating, ready for his grand return. Chapter 3. Clash of the Titans. The news reported Vesper's reappearance just before the grand opening of Gotham Tower. Batman found it suspicious and decided that the tower held the answers. Meanwhile, Spawn, observing the news as well, was stunned to see Vesper alive, a man he believed he had killed. He sensed that the evil linked to Vesper was rooted in the tower itself. At the tower, Vesper, accompanied by Virgil Dare, was being led to the basement under the guise of inspecting its foundation. Dare hesitated, but was convinced to follow. Once inside, Vesper revealed his true intentions, pulling out a knife and slashing Dare's throat. Vesper used Dare's blood as part of a ritual, marking him as the first in a supposed new world. Batman, approaching the tower, described it as a place of darkness and secrecy, a mysterious shell. When Batman entered, he found the place covered in blood, resembling a slaughterhouse. He discovered Dare's lifeless body with the word Croatoan painted in blood. Spawn sensed corruption and evil within the building, realizing that it resonated with the damned, like him. Batman considered the possibility of mob involvement, but was puzzled by the demonic symbol. Meanwhile, Spawn was at the building too, unraveling his part of mystery. He sensed pure evil surrounding the impending structure. Right then, Batman swooped out. The two legends clashed mid-air. Spawn thought Batman was another assassin from hell, sent out to haunt him. Angry, he lashed out. Both of them fell. As they landed on their feet, Spawn worked up a blast of necroplasm. But as he tried to hit Batman, his powers failed him. Batman jumped and kicked Spawn in the face. He kept punching Spawn and drew blood. he screamed at Spawn for answers and threw him into a glass window. Spawn realized that Batman was human and posed no threat to him. That was why his sentient costume held him back from hurting Batman. They paused, with Spawn telling Batman that he came for Vesper. Batman discussed Dare's murder and the pentagram drawn in blood around him. Chapter 4. The Devil in the Details. The arsonists loaded explosives into multiple properties, reporting to Simon Vesper through a secure line. They warned that setting 7 fires simultaneously would look intentional and could draw the authorities' attention. Vesper remained unconcerned, expressing satisfaction at the image of Gotham burning. He reveled in power, declared his dominance, boasting about bringing 100,000 souls to swell an army, envisioning Gotham as his own domain. Batman and Spawn collaborated to track Vesper's properties, using Batman's tech to map the locations. They remembered of the word Croatoan, painted in blood, recalling its connection to the lost Roanoke colony. Spawn remained skeptical, questioning the link between the ancient mystery and the present events. Batman considered it a possible signature, but neither fully understood the connection. In a control room, Vesper manipulated the power grid, causing widespread blackouts across Gotham. The city plunged into darkness, except for Gotham Tower, which glowed ominously. Batman and Spawn realized that Vesper wasn't avoiding light, but using it to draw a pentagram-shaped pattern across the city. Meanwhile, Vesper addressed a crowd at the grand opening, revealing his plan to create a new Gotham with the guests at the heart of it. Outside, the dead began to rise from the grave, ready to join Vesper's new age. Chapter 5. The Battle for Future. The bombs had gone off. Batman and Spawn arrived at the Gotham Tower. Batman's verdict was terrorism. He left to stop Vesper, despite Spawn's warnings. Spawn, however, sensed a dark magic in the basement. He climbed down. Meanwhile, chaos erupted in Gotham, calls of arson and violence flooding in. Commissioner Gordon stood at the GCPD rooftop helpless. The bat signal was dead. He only hoped that Batman had heard the call. Inside, Vesper screamed at the people to join him for the higher power he answered to. As a man shouted insanity, he poked the man's eyes out in anger. Batman arrived, demanding answers. Vesper, with lightning speed, threw a lamp at him. At the basement, Spawn found the Croatoan pentagram. As he peered into it, all the souls he had killed, including that of his wife, Vanessa, screamed back at him. Controlling his pain, he turned away and conjured a necroplasmic spell and countered the pentagram's magic. Upstairs, Batman was unable to match Vesper's strength, who kept hitting him and throwing him like a meat puppet. He threatened the congregation that hell was about to descend and they were coming with him. Saying this, he called for his master of Armageddon and changed into a hulking monster. Right then, Spawn arrived and shackled him to the wall. Vesper remembered Spawn. He revealed that it was he who had hired Al Simmons to kill him 6 years ago, as he knew he would return. He revealed his true form, the demon Croatoan. They fought, Croatoan using his hellfire, and Spawn using his necroplasmic blasts. Croatoan kept warning Spawn that Earth will join him in the banquet of hell. Spawn was overtaken. He writhed in pain. Batman, now on his feet, hurled 2 percussion grenades at Croatoan and drove him off his feet. Spawn conjured a necroplasma spell powered by his love for Wanda and drained the essence of Croatoan from Vesper. All that remained was Vesper's charred corpse. The gateway to hell was closed. The dead went back to sleep in their graves. In the aftermath, Spawn described the events as terrorism of the soul, acknowledging the evil behind it. Batman asked if Spawn was responsible for the beautiful lights, to which Spawn replied, it was simply a small smile in a grim world. Spawn questioned the nature of good and evil, but Batman deflected, quoting that good and evil are defined by one's own actions. Batman declared there was a city that needed him, and departed, leaving Spawn to reflect that Batman was a man who wore his true face. In the end, he decided to embrace his true identity without regret. That wraps up this brutal clash in Batman Spawn, War Devil. But don't get too comfortable, these legends aren't done yet. Round 3 is just around the corner, where the legends meet on another Earth, and you won't want to miss it. If you enjoyed the story, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to ComixFM. Remember, support the comic book industry. These stories thrive because of readers like you. All characters and copyrights belong to their original publishers, and this video was made purely to celebrate and spread the love for comic books. Come back for more epic showdowns, because the war is far from over.